Hello friends, thank you so much for your very good response to the first video which I made on HR learning series on 9 box matrix. In this video, I'll be going to share with you few important aspects of performance management tool, that is 9 box matrix. As I shared with you in my previous video, that performance matrix, this model was actually given by GE, General Electric, in the year of 1960 to 1970. Now I'll be going to share with you here about the few myths about the 9 box matrix, and along with that, in my next subsequent video I'll be going to share with you the importance of each and every box, especially when you see in the organizational setup that what are the various levels are there and how you are dividing the potential versus performance against three important parameters, that is called the low, moderate and high. So when it comes to potential, low potential, moderate potential and the high potential people. Second, when you rate your employee in an organization setup against the performance of the people, so you always rate performance here, the high performing people, moderate performance and the low performing people. And based upon that we prepare their CVC there, their KRAs are there and their entire performance appraisal. Right. So before I go and share about all those details about each and every quadrant over there in the nine box matrix, let me share with you few myths. So performance management system, especially 9 box matrix, is not the system only for performance appraisal. There are many various things are there, various parameters are there beyond the appraisal which we look into it and which will be going to helpful to you in terms of evaluating your employees. Number two, there is a myth in an organization and amongst the people, especially those who are in the different functions, that performance management system or the appraisal system or this PMS 9 box matrix is the tool especially for their salary hike. Salary hike is the one little aspect of that entire performance management. And the third important thing, when you see into it against the competencies of the people against each and every roles in an organization setup, you see that the key result area, when you divide that KRA into that key result, the indicator KPI, key performance indicator, and when this key performance indicator, when you put it along with the SMART goals of the people. So at the beginning of the year, if people are aware about what are the goals they need to achieve, in terms of, we normally call this as a P SMART goal. P stands especially for the performance, and then SMART goal, it should be specific, measurable, realistic, time bound. So this is all the parameters which we look into it. Now important thing here, that performance management system or PMS, these are all the myths are there. Now when you look into the PMS, especially the 9 box matrix, 9 box matrix is the tool which will be very helpful in terms of reducing the cost, especially when you put the entire appraisal mechanism over there and you put people there for the assessment center. 9 box matrix will help you in terms of reducing the cost. So there are many organizations, they use lot of softwares will be one of the tool which will give you some information in terms of the performance of the people, looking into the numbers of the people into their performance. But remember, more than that, what about the opinions of the stakeholders? What about their overall the behavior in an organization? How about the employees, the interdepartmental, interfunctional relationship? So these all other various things are there which are very much important to take in consideration while we are doing the PMS of the people with our employees. So now I'll be sharing with you three important things. Number one, when you really wanted to apply this PMS or the performance management system in an organization, remember here, look into the competencies for each and every role. Now against the competencies, before the year, people should really very well aware what are their goals are there, what are their KRAs are there which they need to achieve. And if they are aware about that, always remember the important thing that against that those KRAs are there, how you will be going to rate them. So give special denominator or the ranking system for their achievement. If they achieve 100%, what will be the number you are giving them? So when it comes to setting their KRAs, right? So for each and every competencies, how you are slotting them, and against each and every competencies, how much weightage of the percentage you have given there. So remember here, So out of this 100%, if you see, so the people, those who are there in an organization, their achievement, the top people, their achievement is maximum 80%. So that 80% can be, one of the benchmark in your organization. Now this tool will going to be very helpful to you. How it will be going to helpful to you, that when you look into the entire industries, the KRAs and the performance over there, you can see the benchmarking of the industry, and you can see about the capabilities or the competencies of the people in your organization, right? And another important thing, when you see that actually people need to achieve 80%, and if they are achieving 60%, so there is a gap. And this gap between 60% and 80%, 80% say for an example is the expected performance of the people which we are looking for, and 60% is the performance which is the current performance. And this is what, which will give you the proper understanding of this analysis. In other terminology, this analysis is also called the MED analysis. So what is the MED analysis? Let me give you a brief about this. MED stand for, M stand for mastery, which you are looking for, the people to achieve. A stand for the actual, and what is the difference between that? I repeat again, M stand for mastery is the expected performance of the people. Against, if you see, the 100 is the total overall number you are giving, and the total weightage you are giving over there, and people are achieving 80%, right? 80% is the minimum, the performance benchmark which you are looking for people to achieve, but people are achieving 60%. That is the difference, and this difference will give you a lot of insights. How this will be very helpful to you? This will give you the insight that what are the training programs, what are the behavioral programs which you need to really arrange for these people, those who are falling behind in the gap of 20%. So this will give you the clear-cut indication for you as an HR, the talent management or talent acquisition or HR BP, so you can understand because of these 1 to 3 reasons people are not achieving there, that 20% of the gap which is there. So what are the training programs which will be very helpful to you, very helpful to for the employees in an organization. So remember here, before you go and set up this 9-box matrix tool in an organization for the performance management, look into the different behaviors against these two parameters, that is the potential as well as the performance. So when it comes to potential, define that potential, define that particular behaviors which will denominate about that particular role. So if you see the overall holistic perspective for each and every functions, there are certain, the KRAs are there, behaviors are there, which are different from some other functions to perform. And after that, once you look into the behavior, once you fix up the behavior, and this is the exercise which is time consuming, energy consuming, and you need to do a lot of interviews. You need to go to the people, those who are there in an organization from last many years, especially the senior people are there in an organization, to understand the culture of the organization, and then you set up the certain behaviors. So what are the current behavior and the behavior which you are looking for? So this is what exercise which you need to do. Second important thing, one is the holistic, the competencies of the people, behaviors of the people. Second is for each and every role, what are the important behaviors are there which you are looking at. And the third important thing, when it comes to implementation, give proper weightage to the people and putting this entire, the performance management system in the practice. So once it is done, this exercise is done, it is defined very well, and once you are defining this all behaviors against these two things, what do you call as a behavior in terms of the performance, what do you call as a potential? So when you define this properly, tell all the employee in an organization, tell to their leaders that this is what the behavior which we are looking for, this is what the performance we will call it, and this is what the potential which we are looking for. So as I shared in my previous video, that whenever you are selecting a people in an organization, always look for the next position. Do not select for the current role for which you are employee, you are giving the recruitment to the people. So the important thing is you will be going to have a lot of people, those who are falling into the top category. So now if you just categorize the people against this 9-box matrix, that is called the performance, as well as the potential of the people. When you put it into the practice, we will divide this into the 3 categories. Number 1 is the low performance and low potential. So remember here, low performance, low potential, moderate performance, moderate potential, and the third one is called high performance and the high potential employee. So if I'll ask you and that how you will be going to define all these behaviors for each and every role. Say for example, if you can take any competencies or the capability or the behavior, that people those who are literally struggling in terms of giving the performance in that particular situation or that particular role, their behavior in terms of the inter functional relationship is not up to that expectations. But these are the people those who are working, those who are not taking any new initiative, no innovation is there, and they are not looking beyond their roles and responsibilities. They are even not fulfilling the parameters you can rate them in terms of the low performing people. Moderate people are the people those who are doing sometimes they are taking action, sometimes they are going beyond their purview, but it is not always. But the people those who are in the high performance and high potential category, these are the people those who are taking initiative, those are the people taking the new innovative ideas, those who are always performing in terms of the interpersonal relationship, interfunctional the behavior, or finding out the solution for the problem, right? And these are the people those who you can call it this as the high potential and the high performing people. So this all these three important parameters which if you normally see in many organizations, they give especially the color coding for this. So the people those who are high performance and the high potential category in that quadrant, they will give them the green people. So these are the people those who are ready for the next level. So in an organization setup, whenever you have you are looking for the people to go to the next level, especially what do? You always choose these people in terms of putting them for the next level position. So these are the people, ready people to send to the especially the development center for the next level for DC, right? Second important thing is when they are, so give them as the green signal. They are quoting many organization, many people are quoting them with the green color. So these are the people those who are ready for the next level position. Second thing is that the people those who comes under the moderate category, moderate potential as well as moderate performance. So their performance is not exponential, they are not topping the performance when it comes to overall that potential. These are the people you can keep it in the yellow color. So these people can be converted into green color people, especially with the high performance and high potential. So these are the group of the people. They require certain trainings, maybe for the motivation, maybe for some inspiration, maybe for the skill is the issue. So that you need to find it out, what are the important criteria are there, what are the important things are there for these people to perform to the next level, right? Third important thing is those people, those who are coming into the low performance and the low potential category. These are the people you can put it in the red color coating. So this is what the many organization, many HR colleagues, they are putting the special coloring, and whenever they are sending the names of the people, they put special color against that. So this is how the things which are very much important. I have seen that in many organizations they are giving a specific name to these people. Say for example the diamond, for example the shining diamond or the star performer. Like the people those who comes under the last category, the first category, that is called the high performance and the high potential category, right? So this is how you need to understand that how you can categorize against all these people, and this will be very helpful to you. I hope this session and this the discussion and the explanation will be very helpful to you. So friends, in my next video, subsequent video, I'll be going to share with you the each and every the quadrant, what exactly you are looking for it, and in each and every quadrant what exactly these people are there, what should be the behavior of these people to identify these people in an organization, and what should you do especially for the people those who comes under the moderate category. So thank you so much for watching. So I'll be coming with my next video very soon, and this is the series of 3 videos when it comes to performance management system. So why I chosen this performance management system, especially the 9-box matrix, because this is the tool which is widely used and widely accepted in our HR fraternity. So thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned here, keep watching all these videos, and please let me know if you really want me to make any video on any the HR related topic which will be very helpful to you in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Wish you all the best.